Listen, I am such a people pleaser and had a hard time setting boundaries, especially with clients as a hairstylist. But over the years, I had to come to learn if you don't have boundaries, you will end up with nightmare clients that will make you want to consider a career change. In this video, I want to share some automatic red flags so you don't end up resenting clients or feeling burnt out. My name is Megan and I have been doing this for over a decade now. I've had to build 2 different clienteles in 2 different cities and states where I literally knew no one. So trust me when I say I have seen and have had some clients where I knew deep down in my gut that I should proceed with caution. As always, this is your beauty business, so you can do as you please, but just know after this video, you have been warned. Before I get into the first red flag, one thing I have learned as I have gotten older, if I let people treat me or make me feel a certain way, I am the only one to blame. There is so much power in accepting that you have the ability to change this by setting the tone and boundaries and knowing what you will and will not accept from clients or really anyone. My first and biggest red flag is when a client is 5 or more minutes late, their very first appointment, and they're feeling rushing around and feeling very flustered. This is a huge sign that they are not good with time management and will continue to always be late for you. It doesn't mean they don't respect you or your time. Sometimes they just have bad time management, but this will continue to be a pattern. I had a client who did this and one time showed up 30 minutes late to her appointment. 30. She literally could not comprehend that I couldn't take her anymore because I would run late for the rest of my day for other clients. She kept demanding I try to do at least one service, one thing, since she had a certain amount of time booked. Listen, I don't like to be rushed doing hair, and I try to never run late for my other clients. Also, no one owns you or your time. She reached out at least 3 times trying to get back on my books, but since she technically showed up so late and did not pay me for that no-show, I couldn't put her back on my books. And really, I just couldn't keep dealing with that. It drained me and took my mental space away from other clients, my husband, and myself. Now, this is a pretty dramatic example, but it happened to me, and I should have seen the signs when she was continuously later and later each appointment. And I was just honestly shocked that someone would talk to anyone like that, but I was to blame since I kept accepting her being late all the time. That was a huge wake-up call for me and a really big learning lesson. Red flag number 2, clients see formulas on Instagram or TikTok with the picture demanding that you use the exact same formula. Run. Listen, chances are they will never look like that Instagram or TikTok model, and they are probably most likely never gonna be satisfied. I love that we are educating our clients more and more online, but that does not make them the professional. They don't understand that their base color may be different. They have previous color on their hair, won't end up the same. And there could be a filter on the photo to shift the tone of the model's hair completely. This has happened to me countless times now. And at first I thought, oh, perfect. I don't have to formulate the specific redhead. But then I realized, wow, they're using a different color line than me and a ton of different tubes of color. One time it cost me over $100 alone in color developer. Well, shocker. She ended up hating it on herself. She knew that she brought me the formula, but wanted it fixed for free. Huge learning lesson for me because I not only ended up with some random different colors from a different color line that I was unfamiliar with, but made no profit on her color the first time trying to please her, and she wanted it fixed. I did my best to try to explain the situation and let her know that I probably was not going to be the best stylist for her. Could you imagine going to a restaurant and telling the chef to go get ingredients that he didn't have with a recipe that you saw on TikTok? Absolutely not. So why did I allow this? After that lesson, when clients text me inspiration pictures with formulas asking if we can achieve that, I always say this is a great start and we can figure out the best formula for you and your hair. I would love to hear from you. What are some red flags that you may have ignored that you wish that you would have really paid attention to? Red flag number 3 is when they're always talking about how expensive you are and always talking about their lack of money or their budget. Listen, I am all about a budget. Trust me, I like to know exactly where my money is going, so I can respect that. But when a client is only ever talking about how expensive you are and they are really trying to cut back in expenses, or their partner always complains that they spend way too much money with you, they will always nickel and dime you and ask for any excuse for a discount. I don't know about you, but I don't like to feel like my clients are always looking for a deal from me. They came to me, they know my prices from the start, and that was their choice. I literally had a client that threw a fit in the salon because I mentioned that the next time she should get a fresh pack of extensions because the tapes on hers were feeling so sticky and they were on their last legs. She stomped her feet, yelling at me in the salon, saying she couldn't afford it because she had to pay her portion of the private jet fuel. That is real. That happened. And yes, every single appointment, she would always ask me why businesses upcharge her product, or even why her vet would charge her for a visit. So safe to say, when clients are always looking for ways to not pay or complaining about price, sometimes doesn't mean they can't afford it. It means that they don't see your worth, and that's a big red flag to me. Red flag number 4, the client that thinks you guys are besties. Look, I do love all my clients and genuinely love to hear their updates, but I do not want to hang out with them all outside of work. It can be really hard when clients think that you guys are friends because they will not understand when you can't squeeze them in. And it really makes it hard when you need to go up on your prices. If you do feel like you guys really connect with a client and want to be friends with them outside of the salon, just know the clients that respect you and your time will never ask for favors, they'll never ask for a discount, and they'll never ask to be squeezed in. By noticing these red flags early, you can avoid these clients or set the tone of the business relationship earlier on. And this will help you avoid frustration, anger, and burnout. No one wants to feel angry or taken advantage of. I really hope these red flags help you creating better boundaries early on in your career behind the chair, or if you are seasoned like me, I know you know. If you have found this helpful, like and subscribe and never miss a video about hair, business behind the chair, and finances.